Right. So to continue with starting from baseline, the Castaneda books are a must-read, starting from The Eagle's Gift. Before that, of no great importance. Got some good stuff, but not vital. The Fire from Within is a must-read. Now, evolving. So, you are desperately trying to make money in the post-COVID world, in the new normal, where all the money's held by super rich Bezos, Elon Musk, the Google lot, tech giants, and above them the Rothschild, Rockefeller royal family, black noble families. The middle class is being squeezed, all the millionaires are dying out because their source of income is dwindling. We've got rampant inflation in the US to take away real value from people with money, and in the UK, negative interest rates like Japan to take value from the people with money. And the bond market is giving negative interest rates, etc., etc. That's why we did the videos explaining money, wealth, complex number, electricity, which are a must listen to for those of you who wish to be solvent, let alone rich, in this new hostile world where the financial system has been blasted and you've got more and more mouths and people wanting money. Now, we'll talk about that tomorrow. It's the 24th of it. But further from that, it's no good having loads of money if you're growing old and you're going to die. Now, the good thing about the Fire from Within is it explains how you can cause real physical changes. There's an energy body with filaments, and looking at the back, there's an assemblage point here. Now looking at a cutaway, it's there, that's the assemblage point. This outer bit shines for females, the inner bit shines for males. And only when you move it into the centre does your real number, physical body, vanish, and you can then remanifest it in a different configuration. This is very important. I can go over the physics, no one will understand me, and I'll just switch off the video because I've lost them all, apart from a few physicists. But the energy to move the assemblage point, which is done by dreaming. When you dream, your assemblage point naturally moves because the energy body runs out of energy in one position, so it needs to recharge by moving to another position, getting energy inside and then coming back. That's why we have sleeping. And this assemblage point wanders inwards, sometimes very deeply, while you're dreaming. But it doesn't get complete alignment, therefore you don't wake up in those worlds completely. Can do like myself, but that's decades of training and being a nagwal. And of course the aid of the denizens of these interdimensional worlds. So with stalking, when you get someone trying to kill you and torture you to death, as I had with the British government, the assemblage point so with Castaneda, whacked him on the back, so you can either produce a depression or a crack, as if you've got a tin can, smashed it, and you get either a depression or a ridge. Nevertheless, it moves the assemblage point inside the energy body. This means the body is then less physical. If it's less physical, it's more amenable to psychic healing. So simply by moving your awareness away from the position of normal people, cancer, dying from Chinese virus, strokes, heart attacks, dying at 80, looking old at 62, like yours truly, old and infirm, you can change how you look. And the more you can move it inwards, the more weird your body can become. Similarly, if you move it to the right, as you move it inwards, you become more and more physical and violent. So for super soldiers, moving inwards and to the right as you go in. To the left, you become more spiritual and mellow, like a Buddhist monk. Now with super soldier technology, we don't move it in from the position of the human race. How do we move the assemblage point? Total wall service. Loads of energy. You need energy to move the assemblage point. So instead of having people to murder you, torture you to death, stalking, in my case the British government, MI5, secret police, special branch, or dreaming, where you depend upon interdimensionals to pull you in and make you wake up in that position. And they, of course, when you get jailed in the supermax like Assange, in America, driven mad by black and white tellies of religious or nature programs, which they shut off super early, so they kill you with boredom. Old seers could simply get their inorganic beings to help them to vanish from the world and vanish from the supermax. Except these interdimensionals are fickle, and if they think they can get more energy out of you by keeping you there and milking you in your torment, they will. Unless you're impeccable, totally impeccable. So that's not a path I would recommend. Stalking, I wouldn't get put in a American supermax. Until you've moved your assemblage point so far from the norm that you're no longer human. So with stalking, the first position is to, where start again? Oh dear. Move inwards, away from the position of the common consensus produced by chaos, so you lose your self-importance, which is your chaos. Programming taken from the parasite, which lives in your energy body. Ooh, infestation, parasite, there. Rather like a worm in an apple. As you can see, as you try and move inwards, the parasite gets in the way. stops further development. So then you have to burrow into and eventually totally block off that area. So the old shamans didn't bother lifting their assemblage point higher because the parasite lived there. They didn't want to enter the parasite. And this bit, divorced from the parasite's brain, eventually died. So eventually they got rid of the parasite. Long, tedious process. And in many cases not effective. Now the parasite lives there. Foreign installation, like a worm. So the super soldier service simply use the energy to lift your assemblage point up to the top into the parasite, possess the parasite. So like an exorcist, if you've got an alien entity that's possessing you, you simply stick my awareness, because you have to be a vampire for the super soldier service to work properly, into the vampire, the energy to move you up there, total war service. More on that later. Then you that's me, to the parasite. You actually use the parasite, which is in your body, to make more real number space. But in this case, controlled by what's ever inside the parasite, me. So the vampire service within the super soldier service manifests the real number version of you. So whatever vampire service you bought, when installed in the super soldier service, changes your real number body using the energy of the parasite. So instead of the parasite in you being a detriment, it supplies the energy for your change to a new altar which has superhuman powers, predicated by whichever vampire service you bought. Ooh, that's good. Holy fuck. Ooh. So we're actually parasitizing the parasite. Yeah. Exorcist, with us as the demon. Yeah. Remember Linda Blair killed herself. Did the film, got demonized by the film, invoked a real demon, killed herself. Now, that means for those of you who want to be the kings of the planet, kings of Edom, or queens of Edom, let alone Queen Witch, who wants to control everything, you need a vampire service and a super soldier service, which then puts your assemblage point there. This is outside the common consensus, and all chaos from the super soldier position with the vampire service of your choice installed means all of chaos has you as the parasite that possesses all chaos to do what you want. What does that mean? Well, it means, well, I can control anyone on the planet to do what I want, because they're all chaotic entities. Then I outsource. I don't kill people in my dungeon like the Illuminati and do my ritual sacrifices. No, I just outsource it to people to go and do it for me. Or I outsource it to Perry's stalker to torment Perry and Bloom, who's now carrying pepper spray because he's terrified of being murdered by this stalker. Why? Because I feed off their fear, I feed off their energy. Oh, that's nasty. Yeah, I'm a black magician, that's what I do. You know, I'm not love and light. I get it done, control the world, it's power. Oh, that's unpleasant. You naughty boy. Yeah, we live in a world of pure saints. We know that the British government, saints. The American government, saints. We know the CIA, their only aim in life is to get you to go to church and keep you safe in your homes and bring love and light into your life. They don't do any nasty stuff. It just doesn't happen, does it? We don't live in a world where nasty things happen, do we? There's no Black Lives Matter because all the blacks, we don't care what skin colour you are, we treat you all evenly. We know that all the wealth is divided evenly. We know that Bezos and Soros and Elon Musk don't exist, because it's all equable. We live in a perfect world, don't we? No. So don't have a go at me for honouring the threat. Black magic is for fucking up fucktards. Oh, you can't do it. Yes, I can. If you're evil, if you're a troll, if you're someone who pisses me off, I'm going to fuck you up. If you're the EU, steal my money, I'm going to destroy it. You want to kill me, I'm going to fuck you up and then torture your soul eternally. You steal from me, I'm going to kill you, take your soul and torture you for all eternity to power me. Robert Jordan, Morton Janklow with the Jordanites, Brandon Sanderson, etc. So, you know what you're getting. I'm quite fair about it. If someone doesn't bother me, I'm not going to bother them, because it's dishonourable to pick on the defenceless. It damages my honour. So why aren't you a bully? Because it lowers my self-esteem. No, it's honour. Bushido from Samurai. If you haven't put your life on the line, then you wouldn't know that. With the British government desperate to murder me since what? 96 microwave poison, whatever. I've earned the right to be the way I am. If you don't like it, I don't care. If you want to troll me and become one of my targets, please do. Now, continuing, the assemblage point here can move into the centre. That's the Metatronic state, the second state, the penultimate state in the Elohim's control of the machine code. Pardon me, and in quantum mechanics, you can be in two places simultaneously. Schrodinger's cat. Pardon me, you can be dead and alive. So, the state for all humans, take their OCK gene therapy to continue their lives almost eternally, reboot the template, which of course gets chaotic, follows Feigenbaum period doubling. So when they take their OCK gene therapy, they'll be going down the... So after 16 applications, not 16 applications, after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 applications, the OCK gene therapy won't work any longer because it's following non-linear dynamics. So the billionaires get something that works and gets less and less effective, and after 5 times doesn't work. Oh. Now with the super soldier service, you can move the assemblage point into the centre and be still able to interact with the normal world. Which means that you are manifesting yourself, vanishing from the world. Simultaneously, you're in the world, but from a position where you feed off chaos and are totally uncontrolled by chaos. Chaos is controlled by you. Super soldier service. The power source for this is the total war service. Oh. And with the paradox engine, you can be in 2 timelines. This is the double slit experiment simultaneously. So you're in 2 timelines. One where you vanish from the world, which for stalking is called moving out of the world. The other one where you're interacting with the world simultaneously. Well, that's mad. That's a paradox, yeah. Completely fucks up chaos, controls chaos totally, and means that your body flickers, 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 unmanifests, remanifests, unmanifest, remanifest, unmanifest, remanifests. Which means you can do all the magic shit for changing your body, getting younger. So if you read The Power of Silence, the greatest stalker of all time, the Nagwal Julian, until I came along, you're a very modest chap. Yes, I am. I know, I'm brilliant. He could change his age just like that. Similarly, once you've got the Total War service, vampire service to feed off chaos, and you habituate your awareness to be in the centre, how do you do that? We simply lay down and imagine your assemblage point moving into the centre, using the power of the Total War service. Crystals, the clear one moves you in, the dark one moves you out. So we're not moving around the Argand diagram, moving above the Argand diagram into another dimension. Oh, yeah. I is movement by 90 degrees, minus I is movement back again. So the two crystals you get with the Total War service, in conjunction with meditating to put your assemblage point in the centre, puts you in there. And having them on you means that you can simply wander around in your normal life with the crystals automatically keeping you in two timelines. So when you meditate, to finally finish off this little video, which might seem totally unimportant, but the most important video I've ever done, you have your two crystals. One where you just visualise your assemblage point going into the centre. One where you visualise it coming back up. You switch it around. One where you visualise it coming back from the centre. One where you visualise it going into the centre. And instead of transcendental meditation and going Om and doing all the mantras, and remember, transcendental meditation is extremely popular. We've simply exchanged it. Why do we do it twice? Redouble it to get a standing wave with the vampire service, Total War service, crystals, which you use for the movement, and super soldier service. And once you're in the centre, so you can simply that's getting rid of the old centre and pushing back in. So the final position is you in the centre. Going in the centre, coming back up. Final position, back up top. Once you're in the centre, you then visualise yourself waking up there. How do you do that? Art of dreaming. Whatever position you're in, you visualise yourself in that position in your dream state. You can dream awake, which is lucid waking, or dreaming awake, as Don Juan calls it, the last of the books, the active side of infinity. And to wake up there and fully awake in that position, you do it twice. So you visualize yourself falling asleep and waking up in your meditation space. Do it again in exactly the same position as your real number space state. Do it again, and that then means that you wake up your dreaming body in the central position where you can unmanifest your real number body. And in the dreaming body is the assemblage point and the body of light intent. So all your intent resides in the biophysical body. Your assemblage point, which controls your reality, resides in the biophysical body. For you normal people, soul, astral, whatever, we're taking it further than its non-scientific terms. So from that position, you can then intend what you want to happen in the real number world, magic, and what state you wish to be in the real number world, changing your human form. Oh, and the more you do it, the more it works, until eventually you become a magical being, able not only to control what you look like, but the world around you, controlled by your will, intent, to become a magical world where what you want to happen, happens. And the power source for this is the Total War Service, which can be seen as the macroscopic feeding off chaos, which was the West, Zion, by the vampire, the king vampire, me, possessing it to do exactly what I want, which can end in its total destruction, or with Queen Witch, its total subjugation to me and the Queen Witch. And since Queen Witch is American white chick, we all know it's going to be boss, happy wife, happy life. And with her brats starts a dynasty. So we can have the total destruction of the West, or its change to a new and better path for us the vampires, and of course Queen Witch. The choice being my choice, I'd like to smash it to fucking pieces. But she's so gorgeous, I'm quite happy to go the other way. So as you can see, things that seemed impossible are actually totally possible. And the science which explains all this, I've developed, but I'm not going through. Why? Because only a handful of people would understand it, and everyone else would switch off and go, oh, that's too fucking difficult, I can't do that. I put it simply, a bit of visualization, a few crystals, vampire service, super soldier service, total war service to provide the energy, bang, and away we go. There are more and more and more details, but that's the basic bottom line. For those of you who want to get to the Metatronic state, Metatron was the archangel that controlled all the other archangels up the top, and was a man, Enoch, Enochian magic. Oh, so men have the over control over the Elohim's control of, yeah, because we're part of the planet. So if you're going to hack the system, you want the system actually totally given over to you to hack it completely. Total subjugation, the Borg. So the penultimate grail state, super soldier service, in conjunction with the vampire, which means you're me and you can possess chaos perfectly, because you've got the starting protocols fully defined because you're the source. So a vampire in this case is, if you're vampirized by the source, fucking good, isn't it? Why become aspect of the source by being vampirized? Yeah, oh, fuck. And the Total War Service gives you the energy to be in the centre all the time and briefly visit the real world. So, all the time, the real you is in the centre, in 5-dimensional space and beyond. And your body, top bit, is simply you dreaming you. So instead of you in the real world dreaming you in the dream, no, the real you's in 5-dimensional space dreaming you in real number space. Which means then, like in a dream, you can be killed in a dream and still be alive. Remember, the British have been trying to kill me since 96. Jailed me since 89. The Rothschilds said they crushed me like a flea, and my ramblings would have no effect on reality. They live in my world now. Why? Because the whole world's become my dream. Oh, that's scary. Yeah. But you must admit, it's fun. Enjoy.